So here we are looking at the Salomon holograms. These things are, you know, great bindings. There are a couple things that are a little difficult, like this toe ramp adjustability is kind of a pain in the ass, and it's really hard to get this open and closed. But you know, everything else about this binding is pretty great. The only other negative thing is you know, you've got, like I mentioned every time, you've got like a combination of forward lean and high back rotation. So if you rotate the high back, you get a little forward lean in there. You can't do one without the other, and that's kind of a bummer, but you get the Shadow Tech, which is improved. It's kind of got that same Shadow Tech as the Salomon Defender. It's not as soft. It's got a little bit stiffer heel cup. And same with the District. It's kind of like the same thing across the board now. Got a new high back that allows some flex, and it looks like it's gonna be soft, but it's not. Like right here, it's pretty easy. And this improvement, in the review above, I mentioned that these Salomons might be, you know, like maybe I was wrong about the response. Well, I was thinking about that more and more, and while I'm fine being wrong, I think it's actually, I wasn't wrong, I was more, I forgot to mention that these have been improved and changed since I last rode the holograms. And comparing this new version versus the old, I feel like this gives you a little more response, a little better butterability, a little more shock absorption. You can kind of see here, it's just nice and damp from here all the way up here, and there's less of a, it seems like there's more shock absorption, nice and soft, and there's less hard stuff. So most of the middle now has a nice bit of shock absorption. So most of your heel is on this nice soft pad, and you know, you get a lot in the toe ramp here too. So where it counts, and then you get a little plastic right here in between the foam. So it feels a little more damp, it feels a little more responsive. It's kind of up there in that medium fast response now, edge to edge, and you can really feel it kind of pulling either way, and I think that's the Shadow Tech. Love this ankle strap, super comfortable. One of the most comfortable ankle straps I've tried. I love the adjustability. This toe ramp, this toe strap is really good. The only thing I wish it was just like it had some kind of a slightly softer or rubbery coating in the inside, but I love this hard plastic because you can really crank down over your toe where you usually have no pressure points. This spreads and it just feels so good. It's one of the better, you know, like toe straps in the industry. Ratchets are super smooth. You can one-hander it, no problem. So there you have it, you know. Under the pretty lights, it's a pretty cool, you know, binding. You got your 4-hole disc. You've got this weird little plastic thing that helps hold the screws in. But you can take that off and just kind of use it as a normal disc. You've got 3-hole for if you're riding a dinosaur, and if you are, you better call me, because we got to talk. There's a lot of new shit out there these days. And then you've got Burton channel compatible too. It deals with all of Burton's attempts to corner the market with proprietary tech. They might or might not, but it's there in case they do. And all in all, it's just a you know, a great binding that really helps bump up response. It really rides well, and it was really fun to have this in person and get to show you these under the pretty lights and kind of give you an idea of what it's like in person, like I do with a lot of other bindings we have. And it was super fun to compare these to some of our favorites and see really what they can do. And I thought they might not be as good as I thought they were initially, but after comparing them to two of my favorites, the Genesis X and the Atlas, which they all felt about similar in response in their own different ways. These really held up with the big boys, some of our all-time favorites, without a problem. So if you can live with just the minor adjustability issues, you have a great binding here.